When you were turned immortal by a deity as a gift, they said that only one thing would kill you. For a long time, you didn't know what it was. Now you do, but you always forget it. Ooh, chocolates. Don't mind if I do. I wiggled my fingers over the box, as if I were about to cast a spell on the honeycomb and chocolate bites. As I went to pop the treat into my mouth, my hand seized, throwing the chocolate overhead, sending it flying across the office. I winced, fingers stinging as small jolts of fire trickled through my muscles before subsiding, leaving me to explain that absurd act to my confused manager. Did you not like the gift? I could get you some strawberry-flavored ones, love. If you'd prefer? Janice asked. Our elderly manager was always the sweetest woman. She had wanted to celebrate my first year of working here and nearly killed me with her kindness. I always forgot how toxic chocolate was to me, that being my weak point after getting granted immorality. No, Janice. The chocolate was a lovely gift, truly wonderful. You made me feel so appreciated. It's just chocolate's deadly to me. If I eat it, I get really sick. Like a dog? I knew she didn't mean to offend me, but I didn't enjoy being compared to a dog. Dogs were cute fluffy things that sometimes slobbered on people's faces, and I was nothing like that. At least not until I had a few tequila shots. Somewhat, I said, after deciding that was easier than explaining the whole gifted immortality by deities thing. I always forget I can't eat it. Luckily, my instincts kicked in. Janice listened to my words, even pushing her squared glasses up her nose to let me know she was intently listening, giving me her full concentration. Those are some powerful instincts. I thought your arm was about to pop off. Yeah, powerful instincts, I mumbled, rubbing my sore arm, still feeling the aches from that divine intervention. I squinted at the ceiling, directing my anger towards the heavens, even if it only made it look like I was glaring at our vents. I can get you something else to celebrate your first year on the job. Maybe a sandwich or burger? Something food related? Sorry, I would get you something else, but the office only gives us a $10 budget. That poor sweet woman, even after everything, she was trying her best to give me something. It's fine, honestly. It's the thought that counts, okay? Why don't you share them with the office? I'll get back to work. Those spreadsheets won't spread themselves, I laughed, more out of confusion than amusement, unsure what that joke even meant. Thankfully, she didn't think too much about what I said, giving a friendly smile. Okay, love. If that's what you want. I'll leave you to it. Thank you for all your help this year. As we parted ways, I went into my cubicle, seeing Angoli spinning in my office chair. The deity paused his spin when he faced me, glaring my way. Both of us locked eyes, engaged in an intense stare-off, both wanting to get the first word in. Unfortunately, he had a lot of time to think about what he wanted to say, so while I was still putting together whatever angry speech I had, he readied himself, opening his purple lips. Chocolate? Is it that hard of a thing to remember? Shall I engrave it on your body? Do I need to write it in the sky? Is this such a hard thing for a mortal to remember? I didn't think I would need to babysit you this often. I've spent so much time here that I'm friends with your coworkers. He huffed, crossing his gray arms over his chest, dressed in what he considered a traditional deity outfit, which was only a thin white robe. All those angry words I had gathered fell away when he mentioned my coworkers. You haven't been talking to my coworkers, have you? Of course I have. Was I meant to ignore them? Fear set in, unsure how I would ever explain this to anyone. He didn't look human, not with his horns and glittering white hair. Yes. You shouldn't even be here. Great, how am I going to explain this? Office gas leak that caused a mass hallucination? Something like that? What will I even put in the work email? Relax. How can I relax? Easy? He snapped his fingers, summoning an office chair for me. The chair slid behind me, knocking me into it, before it scooted beside Angoli's chair. There. Now you can relax. Okay, so get this. They all think I'm a cosplayer. Whatever that is? A cosplayer? The more I looked at him, the more I could see the similarities. He looked like the sort of guy you would see in most shows or movies. Although, that didn't explain why he was here. And they just accepted we have a cosplayer walking through our office? I told them I'm your roommate. That's all it took? Obviously, he said, insulted that I questioned that. I'm charming enough to convince anyone of anything. They think I come here every lunch break to keep you company. You're charming? Is that why I'm your only follower? I asked, taking all the confidence out of his tone. It was a low blow, but one that was needed to ground the deity. He leaned back in the office chair, staring at the ceiling. I'm going through a lack of faith period. It happens to every deity. That's why you're so important to me. If you die, I have to go back to the other world and it's so boring over there. In the other world, I'm just another deity, but here I'm someone that can do whatever they want. It's great. Great for you, horrible for me. I wish you would find another follower. I don't want to spend 10 lifetimes being immortal. What good is immortality if I'm stuck doing office work for all that time? I sighed, pushing his chair away from my desk, opening another spreadsheet. He pushed my chair in response, keeping me away from my desk. That's your own fault. You could do so much with your abilities and yet you choose to do this. Go defuse bombs, or fight people for money. Do something exciting. You can't die. So, that means I want to get blown up or punched? I still feel pain. Angoli shrugged. There's no pleasing some people. Fine, be boring. Remember, don't eat any chocolate, okay? He said, patting my head before leaving my cubicle. See ya, Mark. Thanks for the coffee, Janice. He waved to my coworkers, being more friendly with them than I was. When I heard the elevator doors beep closed, I sighed, finally able to return to my work. If you enjoyed this, feel free to check out my subreddit /r/sadnesslaws where I'll be posting more of my writing.